life is created equal and is worthy of protection.
We're so encouraged to see all of you. Everybody from across the land. The beauty of this event is that it's a beautiful picture of America. We have people from all walks of life, all ages, all experiences, all backgrounds. And we're all joining to celebrate life and what it means to be an American. Thank you for being a part of that.
To the inherent dignity of the human person and the sanctity of life. First, Senator James Langford from Oklahoma.
Around this stage,
oh, you absolutely can.
Thank you, Jeannie Mancini, for your leadership. It is extraordinary. You know, ladies and gentlemen, at a New Jersey pregnancy resource center, 2 women expressed through tears of joy their mothers.
So we're
and
here today
children.
because
as Jeannie mentioned earlier,
there are a lot of
Americans
people here
agree.
who like us. There are a lot of people here who their first impression is right. That we're a bunch of good people here to hand out flowers, wave flags, and we want a more ideal America which has the domestic tranquility which the founders so hoped for and fought so long to establish and sustain for many generations. We are here because we are pro-family, we are pro-life, we are pro-nation, we're pro-America. We believe in advocating uniquely here for the interests of the American people who are the American people, the American ethnicity which is descendant from the European race who conquered and settled this land, and we're here because that culture is a continuation of our families. If we do not have our families, if we do not have our communities, we will not have our culture, we will not have our way of life, and we will no longer have our form of government. Our decline in the form of government has been exactly correlated with the decline of the interest of the American people in government itself.
Every time I've filmed you guys, a huge part of my audience just goes like, they must be feds, they must be fake.
Yeah.
Like, how do you respond to, especially the conservatives who are like, you guys are feds, you guys must be some kind of fake op or something?
The Fed accusation is out of convenience. Liberals want us to be real. And we are, but liberals argue that we're real and we're genuine, but that we're evil, that we're Nazis, we're all these terrible things, even though we've never hurt anybody. But conservatives want to say that we're fake because it's convenient, so they don't get the guilt by association. But the thing is, it's not bad to be associated with Patriot Front. We are good, we are moral, we are virtuous, we are peaceful people, and a lot of people say feds because they don't trust the government. They don't trust anything. They don't trust the media. They don't know what to trust, and so they trust no one. And they let other people think for them. Many of the people who parrot the Fed accusation are that they are indeed parroting it. They are saying it because they heard somebody else say it. They are not thinking for themselves. They are not looking at the information. I would love to see anybody provide me one point of evidence for Patriot Front being some sort of federal ploy. We don't do anything that the FBI loves. Trust that they do not like us. The people in government do not like us, and I am happy for that. I want these people not to like us in government, but I want the people here on the ground, here today supporting families, to like us because we are pro-life. We have very different political beliefs than some of the people on the ground here, but that's not why we're here. We're here because murdering children in the womb is wrong, and everybody should be able to agree with that, and in political discourse in America, it should be more understandable to have these basic principles.
Are you concerned at all about federal informants, like one or two guys joining your group? Like, not that the whole group is a Fed op, but like...
Even if they did, and we have vetting, and I can't talk about that here, so that's unlikely, but even if it does happen, those feds would probably be serving their country in a better way than any of them do now, because they would be doing community actions, they would be doing charity actions, they would be helping young men find careers, get into better shape, experience their homeland and nature, participate in charitable actions towards the homeless, towards disenfranchised communities after disasters like the chemical spill in East Palestine or the hurricanes in Florida, floods in Vermont, everywhere else. They would be doing those things, and they would get very bored because a lot of FBI agents, they're very malicious people. They're very bad folks, and they believe in harming people. They believe in setting up terrorists to pursue a narrative that terrorism is a bigger threat in the country than it is, and in turn causing people to be untrustworthy of anything they see, which disrupts the ability to organize. It disrupts people coming together, trusting one another, and changing things. So I imagine our culture, our strength, our processes, our safeties and securities are antithetical and anathema to what any sort of FBI agent, morally bankrupt as they are, would be interested in.
Because being pregnant while finishing your degree can be really difficult. With a false choice of being a mom or being...
you prick!
That's right. We also passed the Supporting Pregnant and Pregnant Women and Families Act. That's a big one too. Right now, you should know, the Biden administration is proposing a regulation.
They're leaders at Charlottesville. They're fucking Nazis. They're ruining the image for everyone.
Make your parents like you more grandchildren.
I have 3 kids, weirdo. That's why I know you have small penises. That's why you have.
I don't know how you know that from your kids, man. That's weird.
How have you avoided street fighting so much? Over the last 4 years, like groups as you put it, radicalism, you usually end up getting tussles with like Antifa and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
How have you like avoided that? I don't think I've ever seen you guys actually tussle.
We haven't, and we plan not to. So we don't publicize our marches ahead of time because we want to interact with the people that are actually on the ground at the time we're there. Because if you publicize your marches ahead of time, you end up advertising to Antifa and all those people. So you interact with a bunch of political actors that hate you, and that's not why we're here, evidently. We are very peaceful. We run through lots of drills and discipline to keep everybody very together, very cooperative. We have our shields for the purpose of being shields. You cannot use them as weapons. They're impractical. They're clunky for such purposes. And when people do get angry, they come up and they can wail on our shields as long as they like until they get tired and they want to go home. But they don't injure anybody, and it's just basic practices for safety. I think a lot of groups that go out there getting into street fights is because they're looking for trouble and they find it.
We will march until abortion is unthinkable.
One of the 31 guys in Coeur d'Alene had some child exploitation material.
Yeah.
on his
So
phone. Is he out?
Oh yeah, well he's been
out of your group.
Well, he's been out of everything. So that, to the best of my knowledge, was not known even to the people that were closer in his life than any members were. He wasn't very active. He had no authority in the group. He had no positions of any prominence, and nobody was in any way aware of that. And what happened to him, even though it was done by law enforcement entities and institutions that I don't support, that seems like a right and proper application of the law. I don't know all the details of this case, and frankly, I don't care to look into it. But he's dealing with stuff that he probably deserves to deal with, and that's as much as I care. But Patriot Front stands firm in its morals and virtues. And what happened to that guy as soon as anybody knew is what happens to that guy as soon as anybody.
Second, you could probably.
Oh, I can see him good. Real positive.
You have an open warrant in Idaho.
False.
It's not false. I just looked it up.
Show your sources.
As long as you're not in Idaho, it's not as much of a concern.
It's not as much of a concern. Is it extraditable?
It's not.
It's not? You want to tell everyone what it's for?
Well, he's contacted the court.
So you're allowed to be here? You're not going to get arrested in D.C.?
What are you, a fucking hall monitor?
They don't have any bail in D.C. This guy has an open warrant in Idaho.
But here's the thing,
right?
it's in Idaho.
Right, so it's not extraditable,
We're
sure,
not in
right?
Idaho.
Okay, do you know what an extraditable warrant is?
I already told you it isn't.
It isn't?
It is
sure,
not,
okay.
no, correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Why don't you drive
This guy has a warrant. This guy has a warrant.
3,000 miles away.
I kind of miss mine.
It doesn't matter if it's
For a misdemeanor.
This is the face of ACAB, everybody.
It's the what?
This is the face of ACAB. All cops are what?
You guys love me, actually.
I'm sure they all
really
love
do.
you. I'm
I
sure
do this
every
a lot.
single one is loving you at some point or another.
No, that's because I follow the rules and I'm not a Nazi like you guys. I'm very polite.
I follow plenty of rules.
You're just a bootlegger.
What rules do you follow?
You're just a bootlegger.
All of them.
Do you guys have one of those things like the Proud Boys have where you have to know 5 cereals? Well,
No.
what is your initiation process?
We don't have an initiation.
So you just sign up hey, I want to join and
More or less. Are we good to go?
Yep.
Hey, you have a great one. Let's go.
go do cult shit, guys.
We like you. We like you. You're really funny. If we're a cult, we're a bad for that.
That lady's got too much time on her hands.
I just have to be nice to them so they don't put me in
We'll see you again next year.
They say, small penis brigade coming! Small penis brigade coming! Info marching!
Oh, yeah. Boys, tighten it up. Tighten it up, boys. Did you do that? No, no. That's what I'm doing.
Excuse me. Excuse us. We're just going back to the metro station.
The group is heading southbound on 12th Street.
Oh, you guys don't know what the hell you're doing.
Sir, you have a great day.
Yeah, you bite me out. You guys are suckers. Me, not you. No respect.
I stepped in mud. I hate stepping on mud. Yeah, I did. And they were tied.
Are they waterproof?
Yeah, they're waterproof. I just don't like stepping in mud. It's very unclean, you know?
That was a weird thing to say.
Oh, well, you know.
You don't live on a farm or anything?
No. I'm an urbanite like you.
I'm actually from the country. I just moved here not that long ago.
Cool.
I grew up where cell phones don't work.
We're gonna miss her.
I know.